You're welcome. Um, this is a new class which is HTML paragraphs. We'll be having this class in two stages. The first one will deal with some subtopics, while the other class will deal with the remaining of the subtopics we have under the HTML paragraphs. So the first class, we will be discussing about HTML paragraph, HTML display, HTML horizontal rows, and HTML line breaks. That's about 4 subtopics. And the other class will be discussing about the problem and the poem problem and the solution to the poem problem. The tags that we are going to be talking about inside the two classes are p tag, pre tag, hr tag, and br tag. Two of the tags are empty tags. That is, tags without close tag. They are just start class as a start tag, and they are hr tag and br tag. P tag and pre tag, they are complete tag. So let's move on to the lesson and continue with our content. A paragraph always starts on a new line and is usually a block of text. HTML paragraphs. The HTML P element defines a paragraph. A paragraph always starts on a new line, and browsers automatically add some white space which is a margin before and after a paragraph. So this is an example of what I just talked about. Let's see the effect on our browser. As you can see, we have 3 statements there. The first one says this is a paragraph. The second one also says this is a paragraph. And the third one repeats the same thing. And the reaction and the display of that on our browser is what you see here. So now let's move on to second topic, subtopic, which is HTML display. You cannot be sure how HTML will be displayed. Large or small screens and resized windows will create different results. With HTML, you cannot change the display by adding extra spaces or extra lines in your HTML code. The browser will automatically remove any extra spaces and lines when the page is displayed. So this is the example of what I just discussed now. So let's have broad understanding through this display here. As you can see, we have p tag in 3 places. The first statement, if you look here, the first statement here, you can see that it's moderate arrangement there with the element content we have inside our p tag. The space is okay, and we don't have too much of spaces around there. But the second one here, we have a lot of spaces such that it make the element content look not too good. And the third one we have here, well, not too well arranged, but we do not have a lot of spaces there like the second one. So the first P element content here, the result there is this. And the second one here, the result there is this. And the third one here, the result is this. So this is how browser display our code inside HTML page. Whether you add a lot of spaces inside there within your words, after some words, or you do not do that, for as long as you have words well arranged there, even not well arranged, the browser will display it the way it's supposed to be. So that is the work of the display. Now let's move on to HTML horizontal rows. HTML horizontal rows, the HR tag defines a thematic break in an HTML page and is most often displayed as a horizontal row. The HR element is used to separate content or define a tag or to define a change in an HTML page. So this is the example of it here. So let's move on to the browser to see the effect of our HR. So when you look at the HTML page here, we have 3 sentences there. Number 1, or just say 3 parts there. We have number 1, this is heading with H1. By now you're all familiar with the H1 tag. That is the one that gives us a very large heading, as you can see. So the result of that is what you have here. The P, say this is some text. The effect of that is this. And the HR tag, which I mentioned earlier as empty tag, is the one that created this line that we see here. So for the second statement, this is the result here. For the third statement here, we do not have HR tag there, as you can see. What we have here is close tag, body close tag. So let's see here, as you can see, there is no line after the p tag element contents here. So we have 2 places where we have lines here, and that 2 places happens to be the first statement and the second statement, and that's why we have 2 lines in the results that browser displayed to us. Now let's move on to the HTML line breaks. HTML line breaks. The HTML BR element defines a line break. The BR tag, if you want a line break, that is a new line without starting a new paragraph, then that is when you will use BR tag. So let's move on to the browser for more understanding. As you can see, our p tag element content says this is BR tag, a paragraph BR tag with line breaks, then p tag closed. So the result of that is what you have here. You remember, we have our BR tag after this is. That is why we have second line. Then after a paragraph, we also have our BR tag. That's why we have the third line. Normally, we're supposed to use our enter key in our keyboard to do this, but browser do not understand the work of our enter key in our keyboard. What it understands is the BR tag. So this is all what we can have in our first class of HTML paragraph. Thank you and God bless you.